Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's built, it's earned, and it's created through action, repetition, and belief. Too many people wait around hoping that one day they'll feel confident, but confidence doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who decide. If you want unstoppable confidence, you must understand this truth. Confidence is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And like any muscle, the beginning will feel awkward, uncertain, even painful. That's where most people quit, but not you, because the version of you that's coming, the one on the other side of this fear, this self, doubt that version is powerful beyond belief. Step 1, you've got to change your state. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now, how you move, how you breathe, how you speak, it all impacts how you feel. If you stand tall, breathe deeply, and speak with purpose, your body starts sending a message to your brain that says, I've got this. I'm in control. The moment you shift your physiology, you shift your reality. Step 2, you must conquer your inner dialogue, that voice in your head that says, I'm not good enough, I'll never make it, who do I think I am? That voice is not you. It's fear in disguise, and fear is a liar. If you listen to that voice, you will stay stuck. But if you interrupt that voice, challenge it, replace it, you create a new identity. Start feeding your mind with empowering language. Say, I am strong, I am capable, I am more than enough. You might not believe it at first. Say it anyway, because repetition rewires belief. Step 3, take action before you feel ready. Most people wait for confidence before they move. But confidence comes after you move. It comes when you face discomfort, when you step into the unknown, when you do what scares you anyway. That's where confidence is born, in the fire. And once you've walked through that fire once, you'll realize you are not fragile. You are not broken. You are not less than. You are unstoppable. Confidence doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. It means you trust yourself to move forward in spite of fear. You'll stumble. You'll fail. You'll have setbacks, but you'll also rise, you'll grow, you'll evolve, and eventually, you'll become the person others look to and say, how do they do it? The answer is simple. You build confidence by choosing courage over and over again. So today, make the decision, no more waiting, no more hiding, no more playing small. Stand up, own your power, speak your truth, take the shot, fall, rise, repeat, because the real you, the confident, powerful, unstoppable you has been waiting to be unleashed. And now is the time. Confidence is often misunderstood. People tend to believe it's a trait you're either born with or forever chasing. But the truth is, confidence is something you build like a muscle. You don't need to be born with it. You need to work it, train it, and challenge it, just like you would with your body. And just like lifting weights at the gym, the beginning always feels awkward. It feels unnatural. You doubt yourself, question if you're doing it right, wonder if it'll ever get easier. That's exactly how confidence begins: clumsy, uncertain, and uncomfortable. But the key is this: confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It's a result of action. Most people wait until they feel confident to try something new, to speak up, to lead, to take the leap. And because that feeling doesn't show up immediately, they hold back, they hesitate, and they reinforce their doubt. But those who grow into confident, unstoppable people understand something different. Action creates evidence, and evidence builds belief. When you take action, even small steps, you start gathering proof that you're capable. You tell your brain, I can do hard things, I can survive uncertainty, I can handle discomfort. That proof is what rewires your beliefs, and over time it replaces doubt with certainty. Think about learning to ride a bike. Nobody starts confident. You wobble, you fall, you feel ridiculous, but you keep getting back on, and eventually something clicks. That click didn't come from sitting on the sidewalk thinking about riding. It came from getting on the bike again and again. The same applies to public speaking, starting a business, having tough conversations, or pursuing your goals. You build confidence by doing the very things that challenge your comfort zone. Each time you push through resistance, you stretch your identity. You go from I don't know if I can to I know I can because I've done it. The process is uncomfortable, yes, but that's where the growth is. There is no transformation without discomfort. If you're waiting to feel ready, you'll never start. But if you start anyway, nervous, imperfect, shaky, and keep going, you'll realize that confidence was never outside of you. It was within you the entire time, waiting to be awakened through courage and repeated effort. The ones who radiate unstoppable confidence are not the ones who never felt fear. They are the ones who moved through it. They faced rejection, failure, embarrassment, and came out stronger. That's what builds real, unshakable confidence, the experience of acting in the face of fear and proving to yourself again and again that you are capable. So if you want confidence, stop waiting. Start moving. Because every bold action is a brick in the foundation of an unstoppable version of you. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest limitation, and the difference lies in how you manage your state and control your inner dialogue. Confidence doesn't just begin with action, it begins with how you show up mentally and physically. Your state, the way you hold your body, the way you breathe, the energy in your voice shapes the emotions you feel in any given moment. Most people don't realize that their physical posture is deeply connected to their psychology. If you walk with your head down, shoulders slumped, and shallow breaths, your brain will interpret that as a signal of insecurity or defeat. But the moment you stand tall, take deep, powerful breaths, and move with energy, you send a new message: I'm in control. I'm ready. I've got this. Changing your state isn't just about posture. It's about interrupting the automatic patterns that keep you stuck in self-doubt. When you feel hesitation creeping in, you must shift immediately. Move your body, clap your hands, breathe with intention, say something out loud, create a jolt of energy that breaks the emotional pattern. That shift allows you to reset your mental focus and step into a more powerful version of yourself. But changing your physical state is only half the battle. The real transformation comes when you start mastering your inner dialogue, that constant voice inside your head that's either building you up or tearing you down. For most people, that voice is negative by default. It says things like, "You're not ready," "You'll mess it up," or "What if you fail?" And if you don't consciously challenge that voice, you'll believe it. And if you believe it, you'll act according to it, or worse, not act at all. To build unstoppable confidence, you have to own your internal language. You have to stop letting fear write the script of your life. That means replacing self-defeating thoughts with empowering ones, not with blind positivity, but with truth, the truth that you are capable, the truth that you've overcome before, the truth that failure isn't final. Start speaking to yourself the way a champion would. Say things like, "I've handled worse than this," "I grow stronger with every challenge," or simply, "Let's go." At first, these affirmations might feel strange. They may not feel real, but repetition rewires belief. The more you say them, the more your subconscious starts to accept them as truth. You don't wait for your thoughts to magically become supportive. You train them. Just like a bodybuilder doesn't wait to feel strong to lift weights, they lift in order to become strong. You train your mind by choosing powerful language every single day, and over time, your inner dialogue will become a source of courage, not fear. Combine that with a strong physical state, and you've got a recipe for real, unstoppable confidence, not the kind that fades when things get tough, but the kind that rises no matter the challenge. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite fear. That's the distinction most people miss. They think that once they're confident, the fear will go away, but that day never comes. The truth is, confidence is the result of doing hard things while you're still afraid. The bridge between fear and confidence is courage, and courage always comes first. Always. You must understand this deeply. Every confident person you admire once stood exactly where you are, full of doubt, uncertainty, and fear of failure. The difference is, they didn't wait to feel ready. They didn't wait until the fear disappeared. They acted anyway. They stepped into discomfort. They faced rejection. They walked into rooms where they didn't feel qualified, and they did it on purpose. Not because it was easy, but because they knew that staying stuck was far more painful than stepping up. Every time you choose courage, you expand what's possible for you. It might not feel like a big deal in the moment. Maybe you speak up in a meeting, introduce yourself to someone new, post something you care about, or try something you've never done before. Small steps but huge shifts, because what you're really doing is training your nervous system to handle uncertainty. You're teaching your brain that discomfort won't destroy you, that failure isn't fatal, that you can handle what life throws at you. And here's the magic. The more you take courageous action, the smaller fear becomes. It's still there, sure, but it doesn't run the show anymore, because every time you move through fear, you build a little more trust in yourself. You stop asking, what if I fail, and start saying, even if I fail, I'll figure it out. That's real confidence. It's not bravado, it's not pretending, it's self. Trust earned through action. You also stop taking things personally. Failure doesn't shake you the way it used to. Rejection doesn't define you. Why? Because you've built emotional calluses. You've developed resilience. And resilience is the foundation of unstoppable confidence. You no longer crumble at the first sign of difficulty because you've trained for it by doing the very things that once scared you. This is why waiting is a trap. If you wait to feel ready, you'll never act. And if you never act, you'll never build the self. Trust that confidence requires. It's a cycle, but the good news is you can break it today. All it takes is one small act of courage, one moment where you choose to move forward despite the fear. That's the beginning. And if you repeat that process day after day, step by step, you will become the kind of person others look to and say, they're fearless. But you'll know the truth. You weren't fearless, you were courageous, and that's what made you unstoppable.